Hello there everybody, I just thought I'd make a quick video today showing off some rocks that I got done tumbling recently. A couple different batches. For the most part they turned out all pretty nice. There's a few of them that I had to put back in, some that are tumbling now, some pieces of pet wood that if anybody that's ever tumbled pet wood, you know, it keeps fracturing and breaking and cracking and can be kind of a pain in the butt. But anyways, I said I took those out and I'm retumbling them, so let's just look at the ones that turned out really nice. Pretty nice. So yeah, I got this real pretty one here. I don't think this is carnelian. I think this is just a piece of jasper or something. A little bit of quartz pockets or something in there, I think. Doesn't really look like chalcedony. I don't see any agate banding or nothing, so I'm not going to call it an agate. It's really pretty though. Got this one here. You can see a little bit of the water line. Really pretty pink color in this one. A little pinkish red color. It was in pretty rough shape. You can kind of tell from the outside here. It had a lot of the host rock, the rind on there that we had to tumble away and grind away. And pretty though. I like it. This one's pretty interesting. This was in kind of rough shape too, and I'm glad that it held together. But real pretty. You can see here, kind of cracked a little bit. Must have rehealed or something, but it's pretty. It's got some neat colors in it. Not entirely certain what kind of agate this one is. Normally I try to get things a little better than that, but this must have had some quartz right here, and it just fracturing and breaking even more. But I think it's okay. I'm not gonna retumble this one. I'm happy with it. Happy enough. Strive for perfection, but it is what it is sometimes. Got this really nice pink skin Moroccan agate. The green skin Moroccan agate is known as Berber agate, and I don't have any in this batch, but I have some going in another batch. But this one's really pretty also. Sorry about the snow thrower sound out there. Got a little bit of snow last night. That's a pretty one. So here's a nice piece of pet wood. You can say, like it, you know, you get these little cracks that'll start forming. You know, you think it's turning out pretty nice, and then this one I thought was okay. I thought it was fairly decent. No need to do it again. So especially when you're tumbling something like pet wood, you know, if you're like letting some of these steps go out for 10, 14 days and you're spending hours and hours and hours in borax in between each step, you know, all that excessive tumbling is just it's going to take its toll on these rocks. And look at that. That is really pretty. Oh, it's got that pink in there. Nice. I'm not sure if that's pet wood or if that's a piece of chert. Some jasper or something. I don't know. It's really pretty though. Let's see here. This one I thought I ran out of Crowleys. I had another one. It's got some neat banding going on there. Nice patterns. Kind of looks like a little dull on this side. Doesn't do a whole lot, but the sides are on the edges. It's real pretty. This is one that I had found. A piece of jasper and hematite. You can see the gray darker colors. For my buddy Michael, I'm gonna call it hematite instead of hematite. We're gonna call it hematite. And yeah, a little bit of this yellow. I think it's like limonite staining. He just my buddy Mike, he just sent me a picture of one that he tumbled, and well, I think that his actually looks better than mine, but this one turned out okay. Turned out right. I really like this piece of petrified wood here. This one's really pretty. Really nice colors, nice shape on that one too. This one I'm really happy with. So it's not too often you see a perfect piece of pet wood. You always get stuff like that. But I like this one a lot. This one might be my favorite piece of pet wood that I tumbled. But actually, both these pieces are really nice. Let's see, we got this one here. It turned out fairly decent. Yeah, like I said, you just get this a lot. Lucky if you can get one that tumbles decent the first time through. You know, this one I might redo again. Looking at it closer, you know, it looks like it's got some issues there, but it's pretty. It is a pretty one, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. Would you let it go, or would you retumble it? I'm kind of leaning towards a retumble now. I was kind of on the fence, but the more I look at it, the more I think I want to retumble it. But let me know. If I get enough of you guys to tell me to leave it alone, I'll leave it alone. At least I'll tell you guys that I left it alone. Here we have another. I wasn't sure what this was. This was like really black looking, really dark brown. And I just, I thought this was kind of neat. So I went ahead and threw it in the tumbler. I got this in a mystery box of rocks from Kyle over at World of Rock Hounds. And, well, being that it was a box of mystery rocks, you just never really know on this. But you can clearly see it's petrified wood now. Cool piece. I like it. Nice size, nice shape. Let's see, we got a couple more little pieces of real pretty rose-colored petrified wood. I'm pretty sure there's a couple pieces of this, but one of these, I don't know which one, but one of them broke into like 3 pieces, and I had to retumble the other ones. Of course, it broke right at the end. So there again, I say sometimes you just be careful not to tumble them excessively. You think you're letting them run, and they're gonna get end up looking nicer. But honestly, I think sometimes 7 days is good enough instead of pushing them for 10 or 14 days. Just risking getting fractures and breaks and stuff, like when you're tumbling petrified wood. But yeah, I still think they're pretty. These ones turned out nice. The other ones I got retumbling, so Just kind of picking these up, just no rhyme or reason. And this was another one from Kyle's mystery box of rocks. I don't know what it is, but it's got these neat little pink patches in there. It didn't take an incredible shine. There's a little bit of softer spots in here, but you can see the more silicated parts, they did pretty nice. I'm okay with this one. It's interesting. We'll leave it. Let's see, here we have a piece of serape jasper. You can see it's almost like jaspilite. It's like, you know, got jasper and the hematite in there, but it's got this really neat yellow mineral in there. You can see this whole hematite right there. They call it serape jasper, but you know, if you found it around here, you know what we'd call it. We'd call it a jaspilite, but it has really pretty stuff though. It's pretty wild. Turned out pretty nice. This was the first time tumbling it. I wasn't really sure how it was going to go. Sometimes jaspers can be softer than others, you know. A lot of times people just slap the name Jasper on it just so they can sell it and make it, you know, fancy up the rock a little bit. But this one I think really is like a cherty jasper, flint-like material. Pretty hard. So I think I'll tumble more of it after my trial run. I like it. Just got that one little piece right there that broke off on me. The little conchoidal fracturing. This little piece chipped off right there, but I think it looks okay. We're gonna leave it. Well, this one I would definitely call a carnelian. This one's pretty translucent. It's not opaque. And real pretty. Yeah, the term carnelian applies to reddish orangish colored chalcedony. It's a term that's exclusively applied to agates, chalcedony. Pretty one. Not sure where all these came from. If I remember, I'll let you know. So that one I found, that jaspilite, that one I definitely found. A lot of these are just came from the mystery box of rocks, or you know, this serape jasper I know comes from Chihuahua, Mexico, but I bought it from the gem shop, which is fairly close to me, and I do a bit of shopping there. Here we have just a couple beach rocks that I had found. You know, we got a nice piece of chert here. Real pretty white chert that I find. And this one's kind of like this white and gray marbly looking. No, it's not marble, but it's just kind of marbly looking patterns. Chert there. Find some beautiful chert here along Lake Michigan. Just some of the prettiest chert you ever did see. You just got a couple little littles here. So you always got to have some smaller rocks in there when you're tumbling them to get the right tumbling action. The smaller ones I just keep tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. You know, there's no sense in saving them there. Really not much to look at when they get much smaller than this, so nice little petrified wood piece there. And there's another one that I'd found, a piece of quartzite. Some of them take a nice shine, some of them just, for some reason, I just can't ever seem to get a great shine on them. This one did pretty good. This is some polychrome jasper, basically I think like desert jasper. I'm not sure if this comes from Utah or Nevada, maybe Nevada. I think I bought it online, so I'm not really 100% certain. I think, you know, it's just labeled polychrome jasper. But I've seen this come from a few different places, so I'm not really certain, but man, it sure is pretty. It's got some kinds of neat colors, purples and blues and creams and browns and kinds of wild colors. This one's really cool because it's got the brown and pink and blue. A lot of times when you're tumbling larger rocks, you're gonna get stuff like this, just because, you know, it's a bigger rock and it's, you know, beaten up against other rocks, and so you're gonna have to live with stuff like this if you decide you want to tumble larger rocks. Tumble more smaller, medium sizes ones. They're not going to be beating against each other and doing a lot of damage like these other ones will. So, but I think that's okay. I can live with little stuff like that personally. Now this one here turned out excellent, nice and rounded, and no cracks or fractures or nothing. This is one of my favorite pieces I've been carrying around with me. I just like it. It's a cool one. I gifted a couple of them away for Christmas to some of my coworkers. I let them pick out the ones they liked, and this is the one they left me. But I like it. Sharing is caring, people. Remember that, sharing is caring. I got this one here too. Nice little triangular piece. I don't know about you guys, but I love triangular or diamond shaped rocks. Cool. Here we have a piece of mookaite. I sent most of this away to Sheila over there at Wyoming Adventures. Really pretty. This is basically some fancy chert that comes from Australia. Times people say, "Oh, that looks like mookaite," and it's like, well, did it come from Australia? It's a trade name. Or they'll say, "Oh, that looks like bumblebee jasper." Well, it's a trade name that comes from Indonesia. If it was found in the United States, it's not bumblebee jasper. Just like this is basically looks like chert, but this is mookaite, and this comes from Australia. And you can get all kinds of colors in this. This is just some nice creamy, earthy colors, you know, peanut butter looking colors, but you get some just amazing deep purples and reds and maroon colors. Well, actually, speaking of which, I think this piece here, I'm not certain, this came from Kyle, the mystery box of rocks, so, but this looks to be mookaite also, just because it gets this red and maroon color. You don't really see this in any of the chert jasper that we find here, but I'm not 100% certain. It's definitely a cherty material. This one didn't take the greatest shine on it. It had a lot of kind of this stuff going on. You'll see not the greatest shine on it. Some parts took a better shine than other parts. And then you got this right here. Like I said, it's a bigger rock, and you got these all banging against each other, and you're gonna have stuff like that. So I mean, I could have cut this into 3 or 4 pieces and wouldn't have had that big of a problem, but I just thought it was a nice enough piece the way it was. And I've got so many rocks. I just don't have time to make every single one of them look perfect. I'll make a video another time of all my rocks that I got, but here's basically this was all pretty much a jasper, a batch of the polychrome desert jasper, whatever you want to call it. This one's got some nice blues in there, but some of it is like a softer material. It's not the easiest to tumble. It looks pretty nice when it's done. I mean, for the most part, they all turn out pretty nice, but I've tumbled this stuff a few times, and you just get little tiny issues like that, those little conchoidal fractures. So these are the pieces that I could live with. There was someone that I had to retumble, but most of them turned out okay. No real issues really. This one's real pretty, like the soft blues in that. And blues and tans, that's real pretty. It's a piece of jasper. Comes from Oregon. It's a real pretty piece. Another piece of jasper. Can't remember what that one is. I'll have to edit that into the video when I remember what it's called. Maybe it'll come to me while we're sitting here. You just get some really neat patterns with this jasper. Really cool stuff. There's another one of that same as this other jasper here, but I think this one here I'm gonna have to retumble. I think this one that piece broke off right at the end again, and right during the polishing process. So unfortunately this one's going to have to go back in, but I'll put that one off to the side. I should have caught that one already. Anywho, and here's another one of those jaspers from Oregon. Real pretty green and red and orange and yellow kind of colors. Awesome. Here we have a little tiny little piece of jaspilite that I found. this little piece of jasper. Here we have Black Hills, South Dakota. Ooh. Actually, I'm not sure if the Black Hills are in South Dakota or North Dakota. I think they're South Dakota. We'll just call it a Black Hills agate and leave it at that. I'm not sure if this is a fair burn or what, but it's really neat. It's a lot more jaspery looking than agate, but at any rate, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to argue. I didn't collect it, so I don't know. We got another one here. It's a really neat little pattern there. But yeah, being that it's a pretty shirty type material, and got this going on. I think I'll let that one go too. You know, I don't want to risk losing any of that material there. I guess if anything, I could always just well, I don't really want to cut it because that's right at that little corner there. So we're gonna let that one go. See, so you get these little funky things going on with this stuff. So little breaks here in the stuff. It's kind of frustrating. It's such pretty stuff, but it's not the easiest to tumble. You just get issues like that, and it can be frustrating. Got this one here. This one came in the mystery box of rocks also, so I'm not entirely certain what it is. It looks like a piece of porphyry, some type of porphyry. This one here kind of has a so-so finish. This and softer stuff. You get that a lot with chert. Some of it's really silicated and some of it's not quite as silicated, and you just get uneven polishing. You know, I'm sure it didn't ruin any of the other rocks, but you know, sometimes that softer material will break down and then it'll get in the grit and it'll rub around the other rocks and it'll keep them from getting a nice polish, because it's you know, polish is pretty smooth and fine, and you get stuff that, you know, like pieces of mica or whatever, just then they mix around that grit, and as the polish is trying to do its thing, it's got these other little pieces in there that are working against it. So, but and here's one more of those little blackish pieces of jasper. It's like black and orange, and gets pieces of quartz in there. Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for watching. Until next time, take care and rock on.